So, Binding Vows. A neat little mechanic in casual duels of Jujutsu Shenanigans. But are any of them actually any good? Are they just nerfs to you that you would do for a challenge when they're supposed to be buffs? Which ones are better than the others? Well, I wanted to figure that out, and I'm going to be ranking them in an actual list because tier list slop. This list is going to be using Hikari for one, and because it's casual, this will not be elo rated or player rated, so the ranking might vary based on how skilled the person you're fighting is. But I tried to be as objective as possible, although there's a binding vow that I will glaze the hell out of, and you will see that later on because it is the only one that you should ever pick whenever it appears. I will leave the links to this template down in the description if you want to make your own, and please subscribe. I really need it. I'm trying to beat my friend who is like 4 times my audience, and it's not going that well. So please help out, and yeah, without any more we're going straight into it. We have Overtime. You do 90% damage for your first 2 lives, which is just, a little bit less. And on your 3rd life, you do 125% for your 3rd life. That is nothing to scoff at, considering the closest you can get to that is another Binding Vow, which is Taking a Gamble, which gets rid of one of your moves in exchange for 0.2% extra damage. So this is nothing to scoff at. This is quite good, but there's a caveat to this. You have to die twice to do it. So you're simply losing damage if you're already better than your opponent, because you're not going to get your stocks down probably. If you really want the most value out of this, literally what you'd have to do is reset the beginning of the match twice so that you could get it activated immediately, which is, not something you want to do, considering it wastes 2 stocks. So I probably wouldn't recommend this, and if you have nothing else you can pick it, or another one that's going to come up later, you could pick that over it. But this is a solid C, maybe low B tier. Like, as you can see, it isn't really affecting me all that much here. I just have to hit him a couple more times. But, like, it doesn't really help, and it really just hinders you unless you're worse than your opponent. And even then, your extra damage probably isn't going to matter if you're not doing enough to them initially to, warrant it. But, yeah, it's alright for what it is. Alright, next up, Never Again. Deal 135% damage, but lose a move after using it twice. Do I even have to explain why this is bad? Like, once you lose your moves, you're just stuck to M1ing. So, this is obviously Dark Otis's favorite binding vow in the game. Obviously. So, if you whiff your moves, or, well, if you land them or you whiff them, either way, you lose it after using them twice. Which means if you have a character like Ryu, it's gonna suck so bad when you can't spam your Granite Blasts. Like, there's no reason to pick this one ever. There will always be a better option. This is like the most bottom of the barrel one that you should never pick unless you're doing it for a challenge. Or if you think it would be really funny to M1 someone to death. Because I think your M1s get the damage buff. But like, 0.35 extra damage is not really that good. Like, the bonus is like nothing for your M1s. And I guess you still have your R special counter on some characters, like Hikari for what I'm playing. But like, it's not going to do all that much for you. And you're going to be missing your moves, so you can't even combo. So, what's the point? At that point, if you want to just be an M1 merchant, play Nanami. Just play Nanami. If you're going to use this binding vow, play Nanami. But if you're playing Nanami, it's kind of a rule of thumb that you always have to pick Overtime because it's funny. But, yeah. This, undeniable F tier. Staying in F tier. Almost circled back around to S tier because of funny, but no, it's staying F tier. Next up is True Love. Gain 3% more awakening, but you will die once your awakening bar ends, and once your bar is full, it will automatically activate your awakening for you. Additionally, moves cost 5% of your awakening. I did not know about the 5% awakening cost on moves until I actually read it on the wiki, which really surprised me. I never noticed it at all. Like, I guess it's not that important, but yeah. Honestly, this doesn't affect base-only characters and barely affects Hikari, but if you're playing Higuruma, this Binding Vow will not let you use your domain. It will pop it and then it will close it instantly. So, yeah, do not use this thing on Higuruma, but on any other character, it should be pretty fine. Like, it's just extra awakening. Unless you're a base only, you shouldn't really feel it. And on with shorter awakenings or like with Ryu. I haven't seen what it does on Ryu actually. I don't know if it actually kills you on Ryu, but I'd have to test that out after. But I don't pick this personally because I barely use my awakening. Like, it's just there, I guess. I never use it personally, so I'm probably just going to stick it in D tier and call it a day. But for people who like to pop their awakening really early on and are confident enough that they can kill their opponent before it kills them, yeah, good for you. Taking a gamble. Deal 120% damage, but lose a random move each time you respawn. So basically, if you die, the move you had taken previously might get swapped for a different move that gets taken. Who knows? It's a gamble, exactly in the name. This is the binding vow I will use almost every time when I play Hikari because gambling is in the name. I just find it funny. It's like how if I'm on Nanami, I have to choose overtime. It's just kind of rule of thumb, the law basically. So, how is it as an actual binding vow? It's fine. Like, unlike Never Again, you actually keep some of your moves, so you can still do some combos. Unless it steals your combo extender, then you're kind of, you know, forced to sort of do everything freehand. But it's alright. It doesn't hinder you that much, especially as you can see on Hikari. I still have my 1, my 2, and my 4, which are basically most of your combo potential. It loses out on some damage that would have been better to have from having the 3 and getting able to get an extra, you know, M1 string off of it. But, yeah, you can't be that picky with it when it doesn't, you know, fully cripple you like some other binding vows. So, yeah, honestly, I stick this probably in the same tier as Overtime, or maybe a little above it actually, because it's always active. But it is a bit more of a hindrance, so I'm gonna say it's staying in C tier, just a little bit above Overtime. So, Enchain. Gain 3% more awakening, just like True Love, except when you awaken, you will awaken in the Sukuna awakening. You can't do anything but walk for 12 seconds. No blocking, no dashing, no attacking. This is really bad. Like, really, really bad, especially if the person you're against has awakening, because they can just instantly kill you. And even if they don't, they can still get you down to, like, red HP and then finish you off if you're not careful while you're in your awakening. Plus, it wastes time on your awakening. So, this just isn't that good, like, at all. There's, like, no case where this would be of any benefit to you, unless you're using a base only and you want to have an actual awakening. But at that point, just don't play a base only. Just play, like, actual Yuji so that you can use the Sukuna ult, because you can get murdered in 12 seconds easily. Like, I don't know why you would ever pick this unless you're doing a challenge where, I don't know, you're playing as Megumi for a Meguna thing. Manga spoilers. Yeah. I don't know. F tier. Not in the void with the other one, but this is F tier, because there is still a chance you benefit from this, unlike the other one. Next, we have one of my favorite binding vows. Picking absolutely nothing. There is no loss to picking absolutely nothing. This is a very safe choice if all of your options just kind of suck. You can choose nothing, you will get no debuff, and you will get no buff. It is just perfectly fine, just completely average. So naturally, I'm just going to stick it in A tier because, like, it doesn't give you any benefit, but you don't lose anything. It's just perfectly normal. As you can see, this person could not handle it. Now last but definitely not least, revealing one's hand. Gain 110% health, but you can see your move cooldowns, Awakening Bar and Ragdoll cancel, and the other person can also see this information. This isn't even a debuff. This is just, you get extra health for absolutely nothing. This is the best binding vow in the game, and when you have the option, you should always choose this. Choose this one over everything else. The extra HP is so nice for losing absolutely nothing. Who cares if they can see your evasive or cooldowns? They're probably keeping track of that in their heads themselves. This has no effect at all, or it's no detriment at all to you, and it is only a positive. There is no reason to not take this, even if you want to do nothing. Like, why would you do nothing in this case? You lose absolutely nothing from having this visible to the enemy. Like, Like, this deserves a spot above S tier, just revealing one's hand's own tier. Like, this is the best binding vow in the game, by far. Always has been since it's been introduced, and I doubt anything will dethrone it unless it gets a massive nerf. But, anyway, that is every single binding vow ranked. If you disagree with any of my placements, put it in the comments, make your own list. I'll have it linked in the description, like I said. And, yeah, just interact with the video, I guess. And honestly, if you think my opinions are wrong based off how I played, please don't flame me in the comics. Not the comments, not the comics, I'm stupid. But don't crucify me. Like, at the end of the day, it's a game, it's an opinion. Like, it's not that serious. Plus, I doubt anyone who would flame me would be playing casual in the first place. I'm sorry to you, ranked players. 試練も